There's one.
Tell me why
Okay.
they misjudged.
The one reason why the Mayans misjudged the actual, I guess you would call, what would you call that, Armageddon? Would you call that Armageddon or apocalypse?
Oh, it's recorded.
Armageddon or apocalypse? If the Mayans
End of days, basically.
end of days. So okay. They didn't account for the fact that the Earth actually speeds up through time. It's not a it wasn't
How does it
known
speed up through
fact
time?
Their astronomy. They're astronomers. Mayans were astronomers, but they were not
How does
fully
the
developed
Earth?
astronomers. Huh?
How does the Earth speed up through time, though?
Because, as a matter of fact, the closer you get to an object, or further away you get from it, can affect your how it affects you.
Yeah, but
Think of a world.
the Earth has been in the same spot for billions of years.
Technically, but that minor difference from where it was to where it is 2,000 years ago is actually significant compared to in our lives. It's not that big on the big scheme of things. Like it's a minor adjustment, but in the big scheme, but in our lifetime, that's a major jump. You know, it's so small. Our existence is so small that that minor adjustment throughout the major universe affects us majorly. I think that makes sense.
But how do you configure for the fact that the Earth has been in the same spot for billions of years?
Goldilocks zone.
The only thing that actually regressed more than the destination where the Earth is compared to the sun is the parameters of the sun. The sun is actually expanding a little bit more.
Expanding. As well as we are falling farther away from it, which is weird. It's almost like the Goldilocks zone. You're literally, what we're doing, we're damn near falling. We're damn near moving away from the sun as quick as it's growing.
Like this purge is cold, but this purge is too hot.
Right. It's a Goldilocks zone.
But this spot is just right.
I think I've read this theory by, actually it was Zecharia Sitchin. He said Mars was in the Goldilocks zone billions of years ago, and Earth was in a more turmoil zone, like Venus is, kind of, you know, too close to the sun, can't really sustain life. Mars was.
Venus could sustain life if you breathe that gas. The gas is
like methane, or are you talking about carbon dioxide?
that's basically methane around Venus.
Yeah, but Venus's temperature is what makes it too unbearable. You can't sustain an atmosphere.
That's why they call it Earth's twin.
Yeah, it kind of is. But Mars has more history because Mars. This is what I think.
We haven't even really explored Mars yet, though.
Yeah, no, but look at it like this, okay? You got the sun, okay? You got Mercury. It clearly is just a ball. It's a rock, a hot ass rock,
full of fire.
Just you can't fuck with Mercury. It's the
you can.
To the sun.
If you want to burn.
It's close to the sun. So it probably came out last.
So basically, if you insult somebody, you could call them a Mercury. Be like, hey, I just gave you a Mercury because that's a bird. Sorry, jokes.
Mercurized. But I think each planet has been born from the sun because the sun is a molten hot lava of fucking gases and fumes and fire.
But what about before?
Eventually, it's going to spit out some type of.
What about before though?
Debris from it.
What about before? Before it became a fucking. Before it became the sun. Because the sun is a star.
Yeah, it is a star.
And they have the dwarf stars, which are blue.
And ours is a
meteor.
It's like a fucking. I think they call it a yellow.
It's a middle.
They call it a yellow something because you got the red dwarf, you got the blue giant, and then
red
the
dwarf.
Yellow something. That's what ours is. Ours is in the middle.
No, the red dwarf and the red dwarf is
tiny.
Past to what our Earth is.
Because it's older.
Or our sun is
smaller though, but it's older.
No.
It dwindles, and then Because a quasar becomes a black hole.
The red star is more potenter than our sun.
Are you talking about the red dwarf?
No, a red star.
That's a red dwarf.
Whatever.
The blue giant is the one that has way more power.
No, the red dwarf is after the yellow sun.
Yeah, because it's dying out.
Exactly.
It's less powerful.
I mean, none of you guys are going to be around when that shit happens, but
no.
I'll let you know how it happens.
Please do, man. I want to know. I want to know.
Because I want to see this.
I do.
I'm going to see this yellow sun.
My point was, I have
turn
to
it. Maybe I could become Superman. Well, actually, no, technically.
Super Chris.
Fucking Superman. Once he got to Earth, he became super. But over there at Krypton, he was surrounded by a red sun.
See? Advance. You advance.
And then when he got sent to Earth, he was by yellow sun.
That's like a planet. It's called planet
that's why he became super.
Okay.
But if you expose him to red sunlight, that's when he becomes weak.
So you're talking about
it's like going with the kryptonite.
Solar ray temperatures, and you're not talking about necessarily the power of the sun. You're talking about the power it has upon us.
Same difference.
That makes maybe it is because we are sun particles. We're made of the same shit
just
the
like
sun is.
Just like the red planet, Mars.
Mars is
yeah.
a beast. Mars has been around, and there's history there that you and I probably would die to know. Because I honestly
maybe we already know that. Know it.
Zecharia Sitchin. This is where I was going. Remember, you let me finish that one.
No.
I was saying that on Mars, Zecharia Sitchin believes that we planet hopped. That Mars became too far away from the sun to sustain life. It no longer had an atmosphere. It was out of the zone.
They still have
it was out of the
atmosphere.
zone of the sun. The next planet was being born.
It's actually breathable atmosphere for
which was
humans.
Entering the Goldilocks zone because it was, like I said, it's drawing further away from the sun. So it enters this zone that is actually just warm enough and just cool enough to sustain life. Mars left that zone.
No, Mars.
It became a deserted land.
Oh, is that the way they're finding?
We planet hopped.
Is that why they're finding water underneath the surface of Mars?
Exactly why. That's exactly why.
Yeah.
And faces, pyramids. You didn't know there's pyramids on Mars?
Yeah.
Pyramids, faces. There's things just like we have, like in Egypt, on Mars.
What do you think the moon is right there in between?
What is that, like a...
Observant tower.
Observatory, it's a goddamn
it's an observant tower. Haven't you seen the videos of little dots flying around the moon?
Seen it.
Coming out?
Seen it. How about
and then why do you think the moon is exactly in the middle? Like, if you focus on the distance between Mars and Earth, the moon is precisely in the middle, directly in the middle of the distance between Mars and Earth.
Also, it's also
and what do you think that our side sees the light side of the moon, and the Mars side has the dark side of the moon?
Yeah.
Because, like you said before, the moon does not revolve.
It does not spin. It does not spin.
So, it has, boom, the dark side of the moon is the Mars light, basically.
Bro, there's some
and then,
shit going on there.
You see, like, the Mars and Earth circle around the sun, like this. And they're precisely, like, parallel, basically.
It's a
like
setup
the Mars
design.
Mars could be right here, Earth could be right here, but the moon is right there. It's like all connected, like.
Yo, you can listen to
basically, the Earth and Mars is like fucking the rings around the sun, like how the rings around Saturn will go perpendicular and shit like that, you know?
Technically, Saturn and Jupiter are gas giants.
Yeah, because
They're gas giants.
they used to. Why do you think they have the rings? Because they used to sustain life, but the gas power of the planet
Expanded.
Yeah, exploded.
So you think that the same fate that you think, okay, so it goes Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. It goes all the way from this small little fucking tiny rock. Mars is smaller than Earth. You can look that up.
I know.
It's smaller than us. And then it goes to the biggest planet in the solar system.
And then it goes to
Jupiter. That's a big bitch. So what happened there?
It expands.
Is that another
and then
sun?
what do you think Saturn?
Saturn was a fucking gas giant.
Goes
too.
after.
Is after Jupiter.
Yeah.
It's a gas
and then
giant.
Uranus.
My ass ain't last. Oh wait, yeah.
Well, Uranus is. If you want to get technical, it's Uranus.
Uranus? I never
heard
nobody.
But either way.
Nobody say Uranus. I've never heard nobody. Say
You had never listened to a scientist then.
I've heard Uranus.
I am not urinating on anything.
I've heard Uranus. I haven't.
I don't care, but still, regardless, fucking Saturn is after Jupiter, and then it goes to Uranus. Uranus. And then it goes to Neptune.
And then what? Don't say it.
Uranus.
Don't say it. Don't say the last planet.
No, Uranus and
Neptune. And then what?
No, Uranus and Neptune
and then what?
are both fucking
gas giants. Also.
The gas filled, but actually Neptune actually has some land base inside of it.
They say.
Inside of the core.
Obviously.
But it's frozen. It's found.
Which one are we talking about?
Both of them.
Uranus or Neptune?
Both.
Neptune has the highest winds of any planet in the solar
Neptune is also the coldest planet in the solar system.
How does that? They can't explain the high winds on Neptune. They say that high winds usually come from higher temperatures.
That's a question everybody got to ask. But Neptune is also one of the coldest planets that's in our solar system.
Yeah.
The one before that one, which is kind of lighter, but
Uranus.
also a gas giant, is
Uranus.
Yeah.
Yes. Neptune has what do you think the miles per hour
and then
average
Pluto.
miles per hour wind on Neptune is? Guess. I got the answer right here. I know what it is.
150.
Huh?
150.
900 miles per hour is the average wind speed on Neptune. Guess what the gust winds are?
That's what I said. 150.
1,500.
Yeah, 150
on Neptune.
Yeah, 150.
Plus another zero.
I didn't say what else. I didn't say.
Yeah, you did.
150, 100.
You did.
Could have said 150, 100.
150.
Yeah, but Pluto.
I knew you. That's what I wanted you to say. That's
Pluto is still
what is it,
technically
Chris?
a planet,
What is it,
even though it's considered a moon.
What is a moon of what?
It's a dwarf
Neptune?
planet. No, Pluto is considered a dwarf planet.
I thought it was considered part of the belt. What is it called? The asteroidal belt or something like that?
Orion's belt?
No, not Orion's belt. It's a star system.
But what about Planet X?
Our asteroid belt.
What about Planet X?
Believe in it big time. And you know what it is? You know what it really is?
Second Earth?
That's cute. But, yeah. It's a second
Fuck off.
sun. Okay, so each sun, this is wild. I love this. Each sun, 90% of suns have a binary twin star system. Guess how they rotate? Like this.
Circular?
So you got this. They drift far away from each other, and they pull back in. Like this.
Are you talking about just how
They
how,
pull... Huh? This is
you're
called
talking about
binary
how
system.
the moon circumnavigates the Earth, like, goes in like this? Oh, that's why they fucking considered Pluto not a planet, because they were trying to say it was moon of Neptune.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually they said it was Uranus, because Neptune goes Uranus.
Every time I hear that word. Anyway.
But still, everybody kept on going towards the gravitational pull of the sun,
Okay.
so to make it look like an actual moon instead of a planet.
So
You know what I mean?
okay, no, I
Kind of like how Mars actually does that too.
Yeah.
To us.
Okay, so let's say that there's a planet. This is a great scenario. Let's say there's another
planets.
star system out there. Our sun has a twin. Our sun has a twin that's clearly on some type of what do you call it? A solar system type cycle, right? So you got our sun and then another sun. And these suns every some odd thousand years come in close contact. So if the suns come in close contact, so do the solar systems, which is the planets that rotate around that sun. So if we collide with them every, say, 3,000 years, just like the Mayans predicted, just like everybody else said, just like everyone else said, we have a catastrophic event every 10,000 years, I think it is. It's perfect time.
How would it be 10,000 years though?
It's a lot of years, but it happens precisely. Let's forget about the number.
Oh, like the linear lineage.
Yeah, let's forget about the number. Let's remember the repetitive. Like if something happens every some odd 1,000 amount of years, precisely.
Like all the planets aligning.
Right. So you clearly twin.
Or like a Halley's Comet. Like Halley's Comet, however it comes around
75 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of a system.
Or the lunar alignment.
It's part of a repetitive system. Jesus was around during one of it, the flood. Remember the flood? It was
what flood?
These planets don't
Godot?
collide. Yeah, the Noah flood. But anyway,
I don't remember.
The planets don't collide. What they do is the sun from each one affects each other gravitationally. So the oceans are uprising, for one thing. Then you got added meteors. You got a lot of catastrophic events that happen that the planets aren't even colliding. They're actually not even that close. They're close enough to affect each other.
But they line up
to the point where extinction level events. They call it ELE. It's called extinction. It happens all the time.
Every single time the planets all align.
That's just our solar system you're talking about.
Yeah, but if it happens
as a gravitational pull, it does. Yeah,
dude. All the stars in our solar system, they're suns, basically.
They are all suns. And I tried.
So what about those guys over there? And alternate sunlight. What if they're going through the same thing we do? Man, makes you think.
If you're made of water,
perpendicular universes.
If you're made of water,
there's a lot of spots that on planet Earth where like shit does not make sense.
No.
Like you could be walking on the roof of a building, but you're walking on the floor of the building, but you're literally walking on top of the building.
Wait, I'm trying to follow you. You're walking on the roof of a building, but you're really walking on the
floor of the building.
Explain that.
But you're walking on top of the building, on the roof of the building. There's spots in the Earth.
Okay, I'm listening.
Of our planet.
So you're saying that? Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Okay.
Like the Matrix.
I know what you're saying. It's like an alternate dimension type thing. Almost like you.
Have you ever heard of the story of the green kids?
No. Well, maybe.
Really?
Maybe.
You're a scientific person. You believe in aliens. You believe in ghosts. You believe in the supernatural and all that stupid shit.
No, you went too far.
No, you believe in all that shit.
Never said anything about
but you never heard about the green kids.
I know about the black-eyed kids.
Same difference. Same people.
No, they're not. But they probably
the same things.
But what I know of them, they're black-eyed kids. Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah. But you...
I knew that.
Never heard about the kids?
That's what you were talking about.
You never heard about the kids that were green? And they came from a different place?
Well, this has to be a specific encounter.
They literally came from a different dimension.
Where was the encounter? Where did this take place?
Somewhere in Europe.
Yo, everything happens over there, motherfuckers.
I don't know. I don't remember where specifically it came from, but
because there's been many encounters with little green men, if that's what you're talking about.
No, not little green men. It was kids. It was a boy and a girl. Their skin was green.
Huh. And
they spoke. They didn't speak English. They didn't speak any known language to anybody.
What happened to them? Were they escorted?
The boy died. The boy died, but the girl, her skin ended up.
It sounds like Brazil. I think I knew.
Changing to our skin.
Yeah, I think I do know about this kid, Brazil.
And then she ended up finding the rift again, and just disappeared out of nowhere.
Yo, bro, there's thousands of badass stories like that. You heard of Chupa Chupa?
The Chupacabra?
No, Chupa Chupa.
Is that the like...
Chupa Chupa were these spherical shaped objects that would come out of this lake in Brazil. This is well documented by many citizens and locals that live there. Maybe 60s, 50s or 60s, around there, 1950s or 60s. But these things would come out, they call them Chupa Chupa, they had their own name for them. And they would come out the fucking water and they're these balls, spherical metal balls, and would tag these folks, almost like they're, like tagging them, like you would at something in the wild. Like you would something in the wild.
Like...
you just put a tag on them.
Like poaching.
I know this, no, it's not even poaching, you're not killing them. You're tagging them. You're tracking them.
Yeah, like poaching, but not poaching.
It was lasers, bro, and it was like leaving these imprints on.
Like what they do with the safari.
Yeah, they call them Chupa Chupa, bro. Look up Chupa Chupa. It's not hard to. It's a wild story. They're over and over. You just got tons of these stories like that. There's a farmer that happened to him. Same thing. There's so many encounters. I think we are being. Preserved, kind of like we do with nature. Like we do with animals, how humans are like, we need to make sure bees are going, we need to make sure we can sustain as much life as possible. I think the same thing takes place in the universe to where humans are well taken care of as far as make sure we survive because we're important to the ecosystem in the universe. Like a bee in our ecosystem.
There's a lot of people that like randomly disappeared without a trace and nobody could find them.
Oh yeah. Missing.
And they thought about like they actually have video footage of like somebody being there, and the next second they're gone.
Yeah. What about it?
Or maybe those people that claim that they're from that they're time travelers and shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's many ways they intervene with us. There's many ways.
Hey,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Fucking, but what if they're like not really disappearing from Earth, but transporting to a different planet?
Lucky them.
Ever thought about that? Like,
lucky them. Do you know the astral?
And what do you think those like alien fuckers? Those green-headed guys or the gray-headed guys come down and ain't like anal pro people and shit.
Funny, isn't it?
Yeah, I love to sing it. I put the Buddha and the Juna and the Springer.
I don't think those are living. I think they're actually a drone. Like, okay, so if you're smart enough and you and I are smart enough, let's say we explored space, right? But there's a limited amount of space we can explore because of our bodies. Can't really travel that long. We don't live that long. So we need to send out drones, right? Which is what we do. We do it to Mars. We have a drone on there. It's a rover. We have all kinds of shit. Anyway, the more sophisticated we become, we're going to send out more sophisticated drones. So, let's say 1 million years from now. Let's say 100,000 years from now. Humans will be, if everything stays the way it is, we keep progressing, we're going to reach this level of intelligence where we can actually send out drones that appear to be living beings. That's what a fucking gray alien is. You know what a gray alien is? Everybody knows about it.
Yeah,
right? The big eyes.
They're the ones that everybody...
Those are clones. Those are not...
They're the ones that
actual...
fucking... Roswell.
Yes, the Roswell.
Fucking
yes,
the
main one.
Those
Everybody
comic people,
Those
in
drones.
alien movies, basically, except for the Xenophore.
You know how you know? You know how I know that's the case? This is This is how I found out that's what they are. This is how I fucking knew.
Because they built the pyramids?
No, because you can apprehend one, you can kill one. And you can
with water?
You can destroy one. You can do whatever you want to one, and there's no repercussion.
Kill them with water.
There's no repercussion. They're not out for revenge because that's just a drone. You see what I'm saying? You can kill an alien, quote unquote, black eyes, and all that, because it's not a fucking
Wait, how do you know if you killed an alien? There's no
revenge that's needed. If you send out a drone...
How do you know if you killed an alien, though?
Hold on. I'm getting there. This is the best point. This is the final point. You send out a drone, one of these drones gets destroyed by one of the beings that you're actually exploring. You want to learn about them. These things you want to learn about, they're sending that information through these amazing drones that appear to be living, but they're not. So these people, me and you, destroy one of these drones of yours.
Talking about? I ain't people.
We are people. You destroy one of these
I'm
drones.
an alien.
Are you gonna go out for revenge? You're gonna go try to avenge your drone? No. Now let's say you send out one of your.
Well,
people.
if you would have got killed, yes, I would go avenge you.
I said let's send out one of your.
If you're talking about like we're drones.
Yes. Let's say you send out one of your people, and then these people killed them.
But
these
if I respected the guy, yeah.
You want some revenge. That's why they don't care. People
unless you went over there to beat that fucking giraffe.
You and that damn giraffe.
Fuck that giraffe.
Yo, I'm gonna say this. My point is.
You're an ugly white guy?
No, my point is.
You're rubbing your nipple. I see it. It's out of the camera.
I might be an alien.
He's rubbing his alien.
I might be.
He's rubbing his alien nipple.
This is my transmission.
Huh. And transmission.
Data reported. All data reported.
Now, see, we're talking about like some serious talk there.
Hey, I'm a pee.
To another tale from the drunk zone. Because we are drunk.
Nostrovia on that.
And aliens suck nuts. Bring Area 51 over to us and we'll bring them down. Peace.